I think it's pretty obvious we don't know what we're talking about, so I think everything's good.
Now y'all know what's wrong with me. And on that note,
I don't even know if it was bad reffing. I just know that it was bad on our part.
Go support your team. Go
Yes.
support band, cheerleaders.
The autumn mix inspired Michael Byers. It's the first time he's ever raised his hands on a yes.
Well,
so that's pretty impressive.
Scare that referee coming back.
Let's talk a little football.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Press Box. I'm Austin Reams. I'm so glad you could join us. I'm here with Randy Young, Michael Best, Jim Rayburn, and we're going to talk a little high school football playoffs coming up. Big not rivalry games, but big region games have a lot of significance that we get to talk about, which is why we love this time of year. It's not just Halloween time. It's
Candy corn time.
It's not just candy corn and candy pumpkin time.
It's so nice.
You won't let that go.
That's right. I just won't let things go. But let's talk Thomas County Central beating Northside Warner Robins 70-0, and 2 straight shutouts. Is that right? By
That's
Central,
correct.
which is very impressive to do in the modern football era. And it wasn't, years ago everything was 6-0, 3-0, things like that. But things have changed. But a little bit of north side of Warner Robins, but I really want to talk about the Houston County game. And why don't we call them Houston instead of Houston, by the way? Have we ever figured that out?
It's
it's a Georgia thing.
Yeah, it's a Georgia thing. I mean,
Okay, it's like Cairo and Cairo.
Yeah,
It's just kind
it's
of
like-
how you do that.
Jordan in Auburn is Jordan.
And there are
That's true.
families, most families go by Houston instead of Houston.
That's true. So maybe Houston, the city of
Houston
Houston
was probably some big name. That,
Probably so.
Yeah.
And in fact, Jordan High School in Columbus is actually Jordan High School
Right.
in
Jordan.
Columbus, which
Okay.
is,
All right.
I can't explain that.
Hey, you learn something new every day. All
Yeah,
right, let's
yeah.
get to that game.
Northside is rebuilding.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a brand new coach with Boone Williams, who he came from Langston Hughes. A very impressive record at Langston, but he's having a little harder time getting the athletes at Northside than he was at Langston Hughes. He doesn't
Little
have
harder.
3 million high school kids there around him within 5 miles to be able to pick from, which makes a difference. And as we've talked about before, Northside's not the flavor of the month right now up there. Houston County is, Perry is kind of sort of, but the other schools, Veterans, Warner Robins, Northside, they're all just kind of sitting there waiting for something to happen so those kids start going to them, which is what always happens. Very young team, mostly juniors and sophomores. A couple of really, really talented guys. They've got a kid that's committed to Texas A&M who's a big defensive lineman and nose guard who looks really, really good. But Central's just playing at a real high level right now on both sides of the ball. And our guys are playing solid. Deuce Lawrence had 128 yards on 7 carries. That was in 2 quarters of action.
Efficiency.
Had a 59-yard touchdown reception. Jalen Johnson threw for a couple of touchdowns. 100 touchdowns in his career now, total up, running and throwing, which is very impressive. And the defense held them to negative 17 yards rushing. Now they did have 100 yards passing, so they ended up with like
How dare they, man? What's wrong with this defense?
chink in the armor.
They ended up with about 88 total yards, but you got to do something. And
Yeah.
they started off the game with a really, really good game plan. I mean, they were hitting the edge with these quick passes instead of trying to hit, like we were talking about earlier, trying to go straight up the middle or trying to attack the strength of the defense. They were dinking and dunking. It was working. But all of a sudden, for whatever reason, like coaches are prone to do, I guess he said, let's try something else. And it didn't work. But it was 42-0 at half. And we put the JV and 3rd and 4th string guys in, and they outscored their first stringers 28-0. 2 pick sixes amongst that, and then a couple of nice little drives. So very impressive performance. And now we get ready for a very big football game. There's no way around it. You got 2 top 4 teams here, and region championship essentially should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so let's talk about Houston. They mainly kind of an offensive juggernaut. I know in years past they've kind of done that, but
Yeah.
tell me about them this year.
Well, that's what's different this year is that they are playing defense. They've still got their offensive weapons. They've got Ryan Maxwell, who's a sophomore quarterback who leads the region in passing. He's done a really good job of distributing the ball all over the place. They've got the leading running back in the region. They've got the leading receiver in the region. Definitely offensively strong, but They are putting defense on the field. Now, this past week, Coffee County scored 21 on them, but one of those was a pick six and another one was a kickoff return. So they really kind of held them down to 7 points. Their toughest game of the year was back about game 4. They played Perry, and it was 12-7. Houston County never used to win those types of games. If they were going to have a defensive battle, they were going to lose because they just couldn't stop folks. So the test here will be, how do we match up with them? They've got athletes, long, lean, all over the place in their secondary. Receivers look really, really good. Running backs really, really good. Solid defensive line. Their offensive line averages about 280. 6'5", 280 is their average along the offensive line. So they're just as big as we are.
So 35-0-ish.
I would take that.
Yeah.
I would take that.
Maybe patience for the Central. You've had things go so well.
Yep.
You're in a game and you're just kind of trading blows.
Yep.
Are you going to keep trading blows?
Well,
doing that maybe.
We need a game like this. I mean, we've had the Lee County game, which was the only game really that our starters have played for 4 quarters. And I was saying earlier that most of the statistics that our guys have got have been compiled in 2 quarters of action because of the starters don't get on the field in the second half. But this will be fun. Perfect night. Looks like the weather's going to hold up, and there's a nip in the air, which is awesome. I mean, it's football weather. Should be a rocking house there at the Jacket's Nest, and big game.
And Randy wants to ruin it all by me coming in his press box.
I invited Jim.
That would be a black jinx.
Get a picture.
Black omen.
The Black Plague coming in there.
How's the confidence level? That's what I'm concerned. Always concerned about.
And I'm glad that we were able to help y'all with your confidence. I mean, it seems like it's worked.
Yeah, and it really has.
It's worked.
We have defended the 2-point play to perfection this year.
You're welcome.
Appreciate the help. I mean, y'all guys got us early on that and helped us out.
You're welcome.
All right, another big
What a
game
friend
though. Playing undefeated, right? Now
Region championship.
Kind of region championship on the line against Peach County. They're undefeated. They had a big night here in South Georgia, so Friday night's going to be fun. But you dispatched Doherty 48-7.
Dispatched them.
Yeah, you
Wow.
like that
I
one?
heard that in a while.
Wow.
Some big words there.
That's good.
That's a Brookwood word.
Yeah, ain't no doubt. Ain't in our vocabulary.
All the Central people are Googling.
Oh goodness.
Whoop 'em.
Yeah. How about whoop 'em?
You said that.
It's true. I was about to.
So anyway, I want to get to the Peach County preview mainly, but let's talk about Doherty County real quick.
Well, it's our second week in a row going up to the Good Life City. The week before we played Monroe. Offense really never could get clicking. Defense had a great game. Special teams had a great game. Really got us up, and then the offense scores late to put Monroe away. But this week we kind of came out fast and on fire and played on a Thursday night, which is always kind of weird. But got in there. All week I was kind of like a day behind. It was really strange, but we got up there and scored quickly, 21 points in a hurry. Justin Teal had a couple of touchdowns. Quarterback Bryce Puckett was 7 of 8 passing, and so he was really efficient. And Brian Duncan had 3 touchdowns. He had 2 runs for touchdowns, but then we pressured their punter one time. He was punting from the end zone, and we put Tim in on line and came after him. And Brian just took the ball from the punter. The punter had it, and the next thing you know, Brian's holding the ball up in the air, touchdown. So he just snatched it from him. And so that was
only 3 touchdowns for
Yeah,
this guy.
what's
Like,
he
what's
doing?
wrong with him?
Well, he's been playing a lot of defense lately too. So again, a big night from Dre Bass. Had a couple of field goals, and he's just quite the athlete. And we got the win, and we were on track to have 4 shutouts in a row. But
and this is part of the show where you complain about the refs. Is
well,
this where
no,
here we go.
I'm just going.
Jim's watching his watch. I can see it.
I'm
Count it
just
down.
going to say.
You're just going to say.
Just
Okay.
going to say
Sorry for interrupting.
that we had 4, on track to get 4 shutouts, and we subbed pretty generously, and people kept their first team in, and Bamer scored like on the last play of the game. Doherty scored on with like a minute to go in the game. Monroe scored right on a blocked field goal right at the end of the game. So we had some shutouts rolling, and didn't get them. So,
But the refs didn't impact that.
no.
Okay.
Now there was
Wow.
a run clock situation in which the clock was not running, and again it tested my innards a little bit. But I tried to stay calm and say, Why are we not running the clock?
When you're up 48-0, why worry about it?
And you're in the good
That's
life
what I'm
city.
saying. Well, you want to get out of there. You want to roll. Because I promise you.
It's Thursday night, so nothing wasn't going to happen.
Oh, I don't know. Listen,
Did your band director
they were
get in
cranking
and
up.
out?
Band director got in. In fact, when he showed up at the gate, I just reminded him, you got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and
Do
will
I
be
have the
dismissed.
ability, though? That's
I don't
the
know if you have the
question.
ability. But, yeah, we got in there and got the win. And now we've got a big test. And we're back home. We've been away for a couple of weeks, and now we're back home to play Peach. And Peach County, very good football team. They're 8-0, and they've got some good athletes. Now, their quarterback kind of was hurt in the middle part of the year, and they had some close games. I think they only beat Chris by like 6 points, but they've been racking up a lot of yards and a lot of points. And at one point, Bainbridge and Peach were a little close, and then Peach blew them out. But I think at one point, Westover led them at halftime, but then Peach blew them out. So it's going to be quite the challenge. But, I think we've been getting better. Our defense is playing really good. Defense, we heard a lot about Doherty's young quarterback, and we were able to get to him a lot, knocked him out early. He had to leave the game. They brought in the backup quarterback. He got tagged a couple times, and he just got up and jogged off the field. It was like, I'm done. And poor little first-string quarterback, they had to grab him, put his helmet back on, send him back out there, So the defensive ends are really, defensive line is really playing well and putting a lot of pressure on quarterbacks, and we're going to have to do that this week to be successful.
Real quick, you think it's going to be kind of a defensive struggle? I mean, is that maybe the strategy is to kind of run the ball, take the air out of it a little bit for K-Road, just make it a defensive game?
I think so. Last year, it was tight. Right up to the half, we scored. And then we gave a little quick onside kick, got the ball back and stole one, scored again, but then Peach came right back with no time left on the clock right before the half and scored. It kind of took the wind out of us. And then the second half, we had to kick off to them. They went down, scored again. Now they've got 2 touchdowns on you right there in a matter of moments. And then Brian Duncan, we were driving, and that's when Brian got hurt and was out for the rest of the season. So, we've got a few more running backs and this year.
That's some depth.
An offensive line that is, improving and getting better, very young line that is, starting to come around. So hopefully it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a pink out. And,
There you go.
it's at home, and hopefully we'll have a huge crowd come out and support the team because we've got a chance to play for the region championship. We still got Westover to go, but this is the first step and a chance to play for a region championship. So we gotta get it going.
Rock
So
the house.
undefeated in region, both teams. For Central, undefeated in region, both teams.
Undefeated overall.
Undefeated overall.
Yeah.
Also, undefeated in region is Mitchell County. So they beat Miller County.
They're playing good right now.
Playing
sounds
good
like.
football. They beat Miller County 36-25. And really another big game in the area. They are traveling to Early County. So both of those teams are undefeated in region play. So
That'll
that's
be a
good.
war.
That'll be absolute
Yeah,
war.
and I read that that is pretty much for the region championship.
Yeah.
The region is what it sounds like.
A lot gets settled this Friday. So
Yep.
that's going to be a lot
Early
of fun.
County and Mitchell County never have liked each
Nope.
other.
Nope.
Oh, really?
Jack Johnson dressed up in camo one.
When Coach Pilcher
He was going to war against Coach Ed Pilcher.
Yeah, that would have been in the early
That-
90s, late
That's
80s, right?
early
That
90s
was- yeah.
before Jack came to Thomasville.
Yeah. All right, a lot of fun there. Early County also beat Pelham this past week, so that was 37-0. We got Colquitt County, and kind of looking at their playoff and region seedings. They had coming off a bye. They have Camden County at the Hog Pen, and it looks like we talked about Camden being struggling a little bit. So if Colquitt wins out, it looks like they're going to be second. Is that what you guys have?
You still got Valdosta and Lowndes playing.
Yeah.
If Valdosta beats Lowndes, you got a 3-way tie.
Three-way tie, and then
Then
who knows
then
how
it
that
goes to tiebreakers in the region, and nobody knows.
Nobody knows
they
any of
don't
that.
never tell you what that is till
But and that could happen. I mean, Valdosta's
Yeah.
going to have to beat
Valdosta's
them, for
got
sure.
it back going. So
Yep.
And then, it looks like Colquitt County can take care of business of Camden, and then they got Richmond Hill coming up. So
Well, again,
they can-
compliments to Colquitt with all the turmoil that they've had and everything.
running back's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is
The,
coming.
the team voted. I don't know if he got pressured by Georgia to ask if he could come back, and the team voted, and he will be back.
Yeah.
Well, then whatever
but they're
agreement they
figuring
made,
it
hey,
out.
if the team's good with it, the coach is good with it, then fine. But again, compliments though for them weathering that, because when
Yeah.
you lose your star player, it's easy for high school kids for the wheels to just fall off, and they didn't let that happen.
Next man up.
Yep,
Yeah,
agreed.
And And I also like the team voting on that. I think
Yes.
it's really smart by Sean Calhoun over there.
Absolutely.
Make sure that everybody's kind of
Everybody owns
in
it.
line.
Yep.
Everybody owns that decision. So
Yep.
very, very good. And looking to, if you're second in that region, you're doing something.
Yep.
So let's hope that holds out. Thomasville, again, for every time I put you guys here at the end of the order, you do well. So
Yeah, when you
you're
put us
here.
either below or above Brookwood, we're fine. Just don't put us
Hey,
at the top.
Listen, I'll do what it takes to get a W,
It's
whatever
all
we
about
need.
being sure the Bulldogs are successful here.
That's right.
That's
what
what
we're
matters.
That's right. I mean,
Austin's got to
yes,
do
sir.
his part.
Speaking,
That is-
speaking from alumni,
That's, it was
He's
Class of
been- he's
97.
it's an
been-
alumni.
He's an excommunicated alumni.
but you take care of business at Brantley County, 45 to nothing. So another shutout that local teams have thrown. So
Another long trip to Nahunta, and everybody want to know what Nahunta meant, so I Googled it.
Okay.
It's an Indian name, means tall trees. And
Well, there you go.
That's a pine tree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pine. The city only has a little over 1,000 people in it, but
anyway.
we won't have to make that trip again because their average daily attendance is around 950 now, so they'll move to AAA. Cairo might have to make that trip.
Okay.
Hey.
No, Cairo
Nate
go to
Hunter,
4A.
here we come.
Anyway, but nice people, nice place to go. They know how to build a stadium in East Georgia. They run them north. They put the stands north and south, so the sun's never in your face. And a nice facility. Wrestling coach said that they had a great wrestling team, and that really helped football. After the ball game, Darryl looked at me and said, "Wrestling really helped them." They go by their offense is kind of by the flavor of the week, and they saw what Fitzgerald did to us, so they didn't actually get in complete, but they tried to run right at us, and they had a big offensive line, but our quickness they wasn't as strong as Fitzgerald, so we kind of manhandled them. We didn't. Levante Cole had one carry. They thought it was dislocated finger the week before, but his broken finger. So he had a cast on, but he played a couple of years ago with a cast on one hand. But he carried the ball twice, and A.J. Holt and Adam Barnes, the surprise of the year for the Bulldog football team, did all the running of the game. Nigel Hill had another touchdown pass, and I had been given misinformation. I won't say who gave it to me, but he sits beside me in the press box. That Nigel had 11 receiving touchdowns. The season record for Thomasville is 12, so I tweeted out that he had tied the record.
I bet somebody corrected you.
Yeah.
I corrected myself.
Okay.
Because then I found out that one of Nigel's touchdowns
Hey,
was
you're
a
not
punt
supposed
return.
to do that on social
Well,
media. Correct yourself.
I didn't correct myself there. But
How dare he correct himself on social media?
Yeah,
But
we
one,
can't have this.
one of the touchdowns Nigel had was the punt return. So he has 11 now. Melvin Clark holds the season at 12 and the plus the playoffs at 13. So Nigel needs two in this next game to take over everything, and he should get it. He should have already had the record if the referee Zebra wasn't in the way against Fitzgerald.
There you go.
That'll live in infamy in my heart, kind of like that. You got to go to McDonald's to score.
There you
Oh,
go. He's
here
on
we
the
go.
roll.
Here we go.
So
But
much for
anyway,
that
it was just
preseason decision.
They crossed the 50 maybe 3 times, and one of them was and I said, "Careful here, they're gonna fake a punt," because they had like a 4th and 5, and they threw a pass, and we wasn't careful, and they got a first down, but
How dare they?
they couldn't sustain much offensively. It's
All right. Well, I think that's progress, so I like it. So
It's a step.
It's a step. It's a step. Rounding out high school action, Brookwood loses tipped area 41-0, and they got Valwood coming into town for the last game.
That was pretty good too.
Was good. So, yeah.
How many times between Thomasville and Central have they both shut out a team in the same week?
That's a good point.
Not many.
And if Cairo would have taken
Yeah.
care of
Yeah,
their
yeah.
business, doggone
And
it,
Brookwood did a shutout.
just not the right way,
Yeah,
not the right
yeah.
direction. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. That one hurt, Jim. That one hurt. I'm going to get you back for that one. All right. We got a break coming, and
We need one.
I'm going to correct Jim. I'm going to teach him some stuff from vocabulary, and we'll be right back. Hello, and welcome back to the Press Box. So glad you're staying with us. Let's talk a little college football, and as is our tradition, we talk Georgia, big winners over Ole Miss.
Boy, that
You're going to have some close ones.
You know, I just want to be able to enjoy football. I just want to grill and sit and watch and enjoy, but you can't. You got to sit on the edge of your seat. You got
Is
to
the way it
worry.
is. Is the way it
You
is.
know, golly. it's
We're
really-
not alone though, Michael. That's the thing about it. This is all over the
It
place.
is.
I would love to have y'all's problems as an FSU
See, FSU
guy.
sits there worrying, and they lose, and then
That's
we
right.
worry, find a
And
way to
you
win.
win.
It always turns out good, but woo.
You got open week, then Florida. Don't know what to expect with Florida after they fired Billy Napier. So, but
The odds have gone up for Florida to be able
what
to
I hear.
win,
They're
though,
better.
from what I understand. That's what I've been
that's
told.
hilarious. Actually, a pretty good matchup for Florida against you guys. They do have some beef.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, Georgia will be favored, but they have some bodies in the trenches that can match up
Mm-hmm.
with you guys. If they just play a clean game, and I don't know if they hadn't done that since
Doing it for 4 quarters,
Urban,
too.
Urban Meyer
They
days.
did that against Texas.
Yes, that's
True.
true.
They played a
did.
perfect ball game.
They did. So are you guys going to have to win with offense this year? Is that what we're looking like? Which is not a problem. I mean, you guys,
Well, I think you have to, Georgia more this year, but through the years they've always made adjustments. It just
they're-
seems more
they're second
profound
half
this
team,
year because of what happened at Tennessee, what happened at really we shut Alabama out in the second half. We just couldn't win with offense. But Ole Miss has got a pretty potent offense.
yeah,
They do.
yeah.
I mean, they got a lot of weapons, and I thought their quarterback played very well. But I think Georgia is sometimes just better physically, maybe more
Yeah.
in shape, and kind of wear people out in the end. And
It
we
helps
got
to
a
be
couple
be
stops.
bigger, stronger, and
we
faster.
got a little stop, couple of stops right there at the end, and when they got that first stop, you could just feel the whole energy of the
Yep.
whole building.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And then I think, again, you see a quarterback that was picture perfect like Auburn's, and then all of a sudden he can't complete a pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, Georgia's, and I know that we're in an era where you've got depth spread all over the place, but Georgia's still stacked with athletes. And as the game goes along, whatever little bit of difference in that depth there is, it makes a difference. And I agree. I think that these teams in the fourth quarter, Georgia's got a little bit more wind in their sails than the teams that they're fighting. And I like the way you've always put it. If Georgia's close in that second half, it's like a rattlesnake with a king snake. The rattlesnake will get his bites in, but eventually when the king snake wraps around it, it's over with.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of what it is. It's weird, though, as a Georgia fan, feeling like we have to outscore people. We're just not
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to that. That's what's weird.
You had to throw the ball. I did feel like the game when I was watching Ole Miss's defense, and I just, we call it the hamstring test. You look at some of those linebackers, and they look like secondary.
Yeah.
As soon as you guys stopped them in the second half,
Yeah.
again, Ole Miss came out, had a touchdown first drive,
Yep.
and then the second drive, you guys stopped them, and I saw that Ole Miss defense look tired. I'm like, well, this is Georgia's.
Yep.
Georgia's got them.
Well, and let's compliment Gunnar Stockton. Gunnar was not able to practice last Monday with an oblique injury. In fact, Tuesday he was almost listed as questionable for the game, but he gutted it out. And it's amazing to me how Gunnar Stockton, I mean, everybody wanted to talk about Carson Beck, and he's the NFL prototype. I don't think there's any Georgia fan that would trade head up for those guys at this point in time, because this guy's got some sort of it factor to him that you just want to see in a quarterback, and it's fun to watch him.
Yeah.
He's not perfect by any means, but he's fun to watch.
And you think like maybe Kirby just has a type of quarterback, right?
Yep,
That's
and this
just kind
fits him,
of
man.
tough guy.
Yep.
Mentally tough guy.
Yep, this fits him.
So anyway, interesting. What's not interesting is FSU losing to Stanford. Yes, I stayed up to watch that beautiful mess. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because I think we're going to have a lot of time to spend on this subject, and that is the future of Mike Norvell.
It doesn't look good.
Does not look good.
Well, we just got the word as we're
recording
here
this.
that they have decided, apparently the leadership at FSU has decided they're going to wait until after the season to make an evaluation.
Yeah.
Is what it sounds like. Now, if they go out there and lay an egg in the next couple of games, that could probably subject to change, but
Yeah.
at least that's what they're saying now.
And what I saw, just kind of watching the game again, Stanford, you're 17.5-point favorite over Stanford, and your offense really has been your bell cow. That's where your athletes are, and just did not come out with any fire. That's a problem.
Well, as producer Riley mentioned, they're the first team in NCAA history to outgain the opposition by over 150 yards. They gained over 450 total yards, won the turnover margin, and lost the game. That's never happened before in the history of
Now,
college.
didn't the game kind of ended with Florida State right at the goal line? And then
Yeah.
It was
controversial.
questionable call.
Yeah.
Come
But
Yeah.
it never should have come down to that.
It never should have
I
come
mean,
down.
no.
I mean, I think he, in my heart of hearts, I'll tell you, I think he scored.
I did
but,
too.
But you know, you didn't get a good look at it. It doesn't matter. If
Well,
you're
that-
if you're in a
I
close
w-
game at Stanford, you're not. You know,
I was told that the pylon camera that looked down the goal line, there was a FSU receiver in front of it, and they couldn't see right.
yeah,
down
you didn't have
didn't
a
have that
straight
straight
shot.
look.
I heard somewhere, and I don't know where I heard something about the ball has got to cross the plane of the goal. I don't know.
It's only got to
about
touch.
all that stuff.
It's only got to touch
Yeah.
it. It don't have to cross it.
Well, apparently all the Stanford people were clapping after it was
If
over
you
with. They
fumble
were very
that
happy
thing
that the game
before
ended
it
that
gets
way.
over.
We're not talking about Auburn.
I'm just thinking.
I think he's talking
I'm
about
just
FSU.
thinking.
He's talking
I'm
about
just
FSU.
thinking. I'm just
All right.
thinking.
Okay.
A lot of things I've heard.
It has to touch the goal line. It does not have to cross.
Yeah.
And conclusively crossed the goal line.
Yeah. And
Not get punched out.
No,
I
can't
do.
that.
I like it when refs. The refs try to have you not score, and I always liked it back in the day when it's close, just call it a
That's
score.
what happened in '93. We got pulled out of the
Oh
end zone.
boy.
It won't stop.
We didn't only cross it. We ran through it and got
won't
pulled
ever
out.
stop. The man has the memory of an elephant.
Yes,
He
sir.
will
That's true.
never forget.
That is
And
true.
has not gone to McDonald's since.
No,
Just
we'll not even eat
won't.
at McDonald's.
No.
Well, we hadn't been
Won't
going
even
that
go
way
down
to
Jackson
score.
Street.
Yeah.
I have to go by it all the time.
Oh.
I had to close my eyes.
That's a for those of you guys
His
who
eyes
are,
closed.
Just won't look at the golden arches.
for those
Can't
of
do
you
it.
who are new, that's a
do
'93
it.
championship reference to the Central Thomasville game. So let's get out of this segment
Let's move on.
and let's do yes no. Let's see what we can do. You know, I don't have as many jokes this time. So
Oh my
in your
gosh, I was
honor-
gonna
in your
say.
honor, no comedy here. So
Yeah.
we'll try to get through it pretty fast. Coaches, big buyouts are ruining college football, Randy.
Yes.
Big buyouts ruining college football?
Yes.
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 That along with NIL.
Yeah.
But it's not the coach's fault.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's the colleges. Agree to
it's,
it.
athletic, administrators that are signing these
Just
crazy,
tell you, there's
stupid
a
bonus.
lot of money out there.
I bet the buyouts will cease to exist or not be as much
Yeah.
because they're seeing. I mean,
Well, somebody has to have the guts to
the
stop
level
it.
playing ground is going to cause a lot of people to get jobs.
Yeah, well, FSU's got to sit there and say, hey, we're not going to pay you like the LA Dodgers don't pay their coaches a ton. They're the LA Dodgers.
Yeah.
They're a great program and a great thing.
No, they put it all in their players.
That's right, and
And
that's
you
what
can-
you should do, by the
You
way.
can say what you want, but the back of your mind, knowing that you're going to get tens of millions
Yeah.
of dollars if you fall flat on your face, that kind of
What a great,
incentivizes.
what a great incentive.
That's what I'm
to
saying. I mean,
succeed.
I'm signing my contract. You're saying you'll pay me $60 million to get fired? Ooh,
and
yeah.
I don't have to
Let me-
work.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
sign
there
it
we
right
go.
there. I got you.
All right, Jim, Austin's buyout for the press box would be less than $20.
That's it right there.
Thank you,
Just
Right.
a bag of candy corn.
I mean, you've already stabbed me already to this show, so go ahead.
Yes.
Yes, you say yes.
Bag of candy corn.
That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
Fine.
that's
He
it.
wants
I'm
pumpkins.
walking away with a bag of candy.
He wants
corn.
pumpkins, though. I'm just telling you, the candy pumpkins.
All right, you got an answer for it?
I'm yes.
Yeah.
$20
Yes.
we'll
All
pay it
right.
right
Yeah,
now.
we got it. We'll pass the hat, right?
All right, here we go, Randy. Lane Kiffin should stay put at Ole Miss. His name's going to be mentioned a lot with a bunch of.
He could go, again, 10-2, 10-3 there, year after year
Be
after
happy.
year, and be totally happy and rake in money. And I mean, guy again, he's
And do hot yoga.
do hot yoga all the time.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well, his
Stay
girls
put.
are there. I think he's happy. I think he stays.
yeah. Coaches never do this, but they should. I would say yes, he should stay at Ole Miss.
I'd say there's some good jobs out there that he might be interested in, so I'd say no.
Florida's going to take a swing. I'm sure of that
I
one.
bet Penn State might.
And Penn State as well. All right, here we go. Michael Best. Miami's Carson Beck saw the UGA looking uniforms and started throwing interceptions.
He was throwing to his own
Well, I
guys.
was to say now,
Four.
he had a hard time throwing to the UGA looking uniform. So
Last
no.
time, so you say no,
I
Randy?
say no.
Carson Beck's going to Carson Beck, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, everybody, all the Georgia fans, when they heard he threw 4 interceptions, that was their reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
Saw that Georgia red.
I almost ran off the road when I heard that coming home from
Yeah.
the Hunter. No, I expected it.
Yeah,
lot of
we all
folks
kind of saw that game coming. Although again, Louisville with a week open, I
He's
think
beat that coach at Louisville.
He's beat some
He
teams
should.
now.
He's beat some big teams.
You're right.
He might be.
he
of
might be a
interest to some
name. He
people.
might
Yeah.
be a name for Florida State, but I don't think Brom is. I think he's going to stay at Louisville. He's a graduate there, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we made it interesting, and I hope you guys have a great Friday night football.
Gonna be fun.
Go out and enjoy what's good. High school football, band, cheerleaders. Have a good time. We'll see you next week on the Press Box.